Alright there, it's your old mate Yorkie here. Once again taking off on my whole opinion, where I give my opinion just a very brief let's try of the games on the monthly Humble Choice bundle and sometimes other things too. Right now, we're looking at The Forgotten City from September 2023. Start a new game. These are just brief 5 to 30 minute let's tries, if I want to go further. Developed by a core team of 3 people over 4 years. A mystery adventure with multiple endings. Towards thoughtful conversation exploration, not brute force. Fate of the City is in your hands. Present day. I want to say it started as a Skyrim mod, but I could have that wrong.
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are? Was that male or female? I think so. Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river?
I have no bloody idea at all.
What's the last thing you remember?
Search mission on a covert mission. Well, if I was on a covert mission, I'm hardly likely to tell a bloody stranger, am I? Likewise, I was on the run from the law. Barely remember
It does look
anything.
like you took a pretty hard blow to the head. You're just lucky you've been given a second chance. Which is why I feel terrible for what I'm about to say, but I have a favor to ask.
Of course you do.
There are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him?
Yeah, I got the message.
If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
Oh, I've got to ask some questions first.
Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. What do you want to know?
What's your story?
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean?
I'm going to tell me your name.
Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
Oh, why don't you want to tell me, you suspicious bugger?
All right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey.
You did.
It's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
Okay. Thank you for saving my life, Karen.
You're welcome. Always happy to help. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Do you want to talk to my manager? I mean, who's Al? I mean, are you his bodyguard and are you your long-lost pal? So maybe when you call him, you can call him Al? Old song at this point.
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not.
No?
But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
Well, I probably don't like him before I find him. I don't know him. Where are we?
You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
Well, can you tell me about the ruins?
Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al...
Alright, have you tried calling
What
Al?
am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
Okay. That's all the questions I had.
So you're ready to go look for Al?
Yeah, I'm in.
Thank you. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Please, hurry. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
Heavy duty battery. Alright, powered flashlight. Cool. Here's the ruin. Okay. There's the ruins. Shift to sprint, gotta hold it down unfortunately. Control to crouch. At least left control to crouch, which is fine because that's where the movement keys are.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence.
Well, I guess we found the entrance. Its existence long forgotten, all existence, all knowledge is lost.
Is long forgotten. All knowledge of it lost. Except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain. For this shall be their final resting place." Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there, against the odds? It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation, or a warning. Al Worth.
Got some nice statues here. It definitely does have a Skyrim feel, so I'm probably right on that. An ancient Roman mosaic depicting a godlike figure turning a man into gold. Midas. Ah. We should be careful we don't touch him then, shouldn't we? Because look at all these gold statues here. Looks like he's been busy. Roman gladiator mid-stride. What could have made the gladiator free? Practice being turned into gold, maybe? Do you think? Could that be it? I have no idea what that Roman, I assume, lingo is. Yeah, I don't think these are actually statues. Use F5 to quick save, F9 to quick load, okay. One military commander attempting to scramble away from something. Yeah, these are not ordinary statues. Some legionary in a state of terror. Graphics are decent. So definitely a Skyrim feel. Not fantastic, but decent. Some woman appears to be praying for help and never came. The world building so far is good. Can't really speak to characters yet. They seem... If the world building's anything to go by, and Skyrim tends to do this relatively well. The Elder Scrolls games. And I'm guessing if this was done by someone who loved the Elder Scrolls games, they're taking it to heart too. But then world building characters tend to be decent.
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, she'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning.
Okay,
Don't make the
interesting.
same mistake. Better to end it all now. And find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
But I think we're going to the portal. The story's good. I won't say great yet, but it's got me wanting to know more. Young Roman woman in a state of panic. Can I spend her? I mean, she's cold. Can I just take her back and melt her down? Well, I can't get out, can I? That's the problem. Roman man on his knees, begging his gods for mercy. Yeah, I mean, the Roman and Greek gods weren't exactly known for mercy, to be honest. They're set of douchebags. Just look at Jupiter stroke Zeus for one thing. See your objective markers for a given quest, okay? Oh, it's just telling me about weapons, but it also said, don't brute force your way through it. Roman relief depicting a great circular portal of two women. I wonder what they could be. Or who they could be. Hello.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
I don't think he's gonna buy that. Wait, are you speaking English?
What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange. Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you, and what were you doing in the shrine?
What is this shrine of
Agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you? And you've just done it again. You're a sly one, aren't you? One more time. Who are you, and what were you doing in that shrine?
I'm Yorkin, I got lost.
Oh, is that right? Well, just make sure you don't get lost in any other sacred places you're not supposed to be. Can't have you disrespecting the gods by accident, can we now? But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
Your laws?
Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for breaking it's, well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, are you coming?
I guess I am. All right, lead the way.
Follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. but it's just big and dark enough to get lost in if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your pretty new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking her to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Do they?
Don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the Forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo.
Okay.
Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Galerius, you're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
I'm watching you, farm boy.
Don't think that's quite what he said.
Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
Alright, lead the way.
Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the Golden Rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way.
I like
When
the
was
tappy
serving
to
in the
follow.
Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die.
Decimation.
Crimes of the collective. We call it decimation.
Yep.
If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. He's up these stairs.
And this must be the magistrate.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
I'm Yogi.
A curious name, to match a curious accent. But I digress. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains many hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Yeah, no, I can't say I have.
Nor could I, until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying.
Some bugger turns them to stone.
If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die.
Oh, well, let me get to
You
sitting
see,
then.
The builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost
You know, some of you people have already turned to the gold.
And now it seems that day is finally here.
Oh, that's
All
one
that
in the future.
matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured.
Oh,
know
I
that's
look
a
forward
lot
to
to
watching
take
them
in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
Given this is a very story-oriented game, I'm going to stop there. I don't like spoiler stories that I'm likely to play. The gameplay is simplistic. I'm sure there probably is fighting, and I've played Skyrim, so it's not going to be too hard. I'll give it a 6 or a 7. The graphics are Skyrim decent. I'll give them a 7. They're a bit dated, but they work. They do the job just fine. The voiceover, I'll give a 7, maybe an 8. It's a bit placid, but there you go. You know what I mean. It could be a bit less monotonous, but it actually is calm. It's nice. The music I'm giving an 8 or a 9. It's quite beautiful, quite charming. The world I'm giving an 8 so far. I like it. I want to know more. And the story I'm also giving an 8, which means overall I like the game. There's some things that could be better, but aren't there in most games. Is it worth $1.50? Yeah. Is it worth $12? In other words, does it pay? These are my basic questions. Does it pay for its slot on the Humble Bundle? Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely worth more than $1.50. I think this is definitely worth more than $12, so it pays for the Humble Bundle. And am I going to play it? There is a decent chance at some point in the future I will bring this to the channel as a Tales Over Coffee, one of my morning wake-up games, to relax with a coffee with and wake up together. I think this looks like a great story game to bring that way. So, if you're looking forward to it, look forward to the future. See you then.